Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy, and today I am back in the laser lab once more, and I'm following up on a video I did about 6 days ago. I made these coin hole games, and people loved it, absolutely loved it. Since then, let's see, right over 16,000 people have downloaded and started making this coin hole game. So I thought to myself, I need to have a box to put it in, and what better follow-up video to do than making a travel box for it, or a storage box. So I did. I made this box right here, as you can see. It's got the graphic from the game on there. It's easy to open, and inside both of the games are stored in here. So here's one game and there's the other. They store perfectly on top of each other, and there's also plenty of room in here. The coins are in the way. There's also plenty of room in here for all of the coins. So nice little travel box, easy to make. I made this in under, I'd say probably like 10 minutes, and I finished it in walrus oil wood wax. So it's got a really nice sheen to the finish that I don't think the camera can actually pick up, but it actually changes the color of the box itself and makes it really pretty, and I love the burnt edges. So today I'm going to show you how I made this box so that you can make one yourself in probably less than 5 minutes to actually design it, and then of course cut it out. So we're going to actually go to the page where I designed it. This is the easiest way to do it. It's festi.info/boxes.py, I think. I'll put a link in the description down below. And before the end of the video, I will also put in the description down below a direct download. If you're any of those 16,000 plus people that got the game already and are already making it, I notice a lot of people on my forum are already making boxes for it. So you probably want to have this box because it works really, really well. So let's get started. Let me show you how I made this. And the way that I made this was in a website. So let's switch over and I'll show you how I did this. Okay, so here we are at boxes.py. You can go to that address, it'll bring you to the website. And to make this really simple and without taking a bunch of time, I'm going to just go over this very briefly. So all I did was go to this right here, A box, and I clicked on that and just put in my measurements that we'll cover in a couple of minutes in Lightburn. But all I did here was put in the X, the Y, and the height. And then I used parallel finger joints, which is the default on this. And I did an SVG. I took off the labels over here, and I took out the burn correction. I just put that at 0 because you don't need burn correction. You can do that in Lightburn if you want to, or you can use your spot size to make the box fit really loosely if you want to use something like CA glue or something like that. So I just set it at 0. You can set this to whatever your spot size is. I'm going to actually set this to a really tight fit. I'm going to put this at 1.5, the burn correction, and that means that I should be able to hammer this together where I don't need any glue whatsoever. And don't forget, up here, the thickness of your wood, you have to put the thickness of your material in there. That's really about it. So that's really all you have to do. These 3 settings here, the width, the length, and the height. And if you do those 3 settings properly, you're going to get a file that's completely usable. So once I did that, and I created one file, then I went back to the same website. I left this window open, as a matter of fact, and all I did was come back here and change the X and the Y, and I added 6 millimeters to it. So that's the 3 millimeters on either side of the sides of the box and either side of the ends of the box. Very simple. Just add 6 millimeters to both of these. And I think I added 7 to the length, 7.5 I think I added to the length, because I wanted an extra 1.5 millimeters, because the games go in crooked, they slant down. And then when you try and pull it out, it gets caught. So I added an extra 1.5 millimeters right there. And that's pretty much it as far as this website is concerned. That you just click download over here, and then you import the SVG file into Lightburn, and you're ready to go. So let's take a look at Lightburn. So now in Lightburn, this is very simple. These are the 2 SVGs that I downloaded, and I put the measurements in here in case you're interested. This file will be available for free download. So I put all of the measurements in here, so you can see the difference between, this is the lid over here, and this is the actual box itself. So let's go ahead and actually run this job and see how it comes out, and I show you how I put it together. Now, I did make some changes in tolerance to these for the spot size of my laser, so your spot size is going to be whatever you put in the website. I think I put in 1.5 for the Lasermatic 30, and that should be pretty good. So that's what I've got here. These are all my measurements. And all I did on this was take the actual game itself. So let me grab one of the games. And I measured the width and the length. Let me drop some wood on the laser and let's cut this out and see how it comes out. We're using the Lasermatic 30 today, and I'll just turn that on. Get that to home. I'll load a piece of 3 millimeter wood in there and we'll get started. And don't worry, I'll fast forward this.
Down in Louisiana, where the bayous flow, there's a man with a laser and a craft to show. Speed it up, watch and go, in the time-lapse light. Louisiana hobby guy, doing it right. Roll the tape, let it fly, laser engraving on me, oh my. From the morning sun till the deep blue night, it's the Louisiana hobby guy in a time-lapse sight. From engraving to cut, under southern skies, he's cutting, he's engraving. With those hobby guy vibes, fast for the fun, it's fun to see. Creativity's calling fly, laser engraving on me, oh my. From the morning sun till the deep blue night, it's the Louisiana hobby guy in a time-lapse sight.
Okay, so that's finished. I'll get this off the laser and I'll load another piece of wood. This way we can cut out the second part, and I'll show you how I assemble this one while that one's cutting. Alright, so here we go. Let me put these pieces down over here, and in the meanwhile I'm going to quickly start the job on the second part. Alright, so there we go. That one is started, and here are my pieces from the first one. So what I usually like to do is assemble the long sides, and then the short side, and then the long side and short side, and in that order. So you can see they don't fit perfectly together here, because I did do that 1.5 offset, but I do have over here my trusty hammer, and this was donated to the channel by Mr. Bruce Parker, and with a couple of taps of the hammer you can see that that has gotten well started in the corner there. And once I get that corner pretty well started, I can almost go straight down the entire side like that, and I've got a really good sturdy joint there. It will move and flex some, which is perfect because I'm going to need it to flex to put the other parts on. So the next thing I'll do is stand this one up. It's kind of hard to film this at the same time, but I'm going to get this part in here first. So that's the most important thing, and if I move it around, I feel it snap into place right there. Even though it won't snap into place, one good hit will get that started like that. So now that I've got that one in place, I can slightly move this one to get it to the right spot. And you'll know when you're in the right spot because you can feel it. I'll just give it a little shot right there, and there you saw it drop in. And then I'll just check and make sure the rest looks good and go right straight down the line. And now we've got two pieces assembled. So time for the third one, and do this exactly the same way. Slide this back and forth until I feel it grab on those tabs right there. Give it a shot. Get both sides of that corner in like that, and then I'll turn it and line up these, and all you have to do is just move it out just a bit to get them lined up. Now I can feel it pop in over here somewhat, so I know that I can just go down the line and hammer it all together. And then finally we've got this one here, same exact process. Put it in the spot until you feel it actually lock in there. Give it a shot. This time I'll only do one corner. Then I'll come over here, feel this side grab over on this side here, and there it is right there. Give this one a shot. Get those two locked in, and once those are locked in, now the rest of them should snap right in place. Just like that. And we have our finished box. So this box is now ready to use because it will not come apart no matter what you do to it. So now I'll just go around and check, make sure they're all in just by going around and feeling it. And you can also see and you can hear by the sound of the hammer. If it's a solid sound, that means like that. That means it's in. That is a tight box. It's very secure, and you won't have to worry about anything on this. The only other thing that I do here, and we can actually check the fit by opening this one up and taking one of our games and dropping it in there. And as you can see, it fits in there perfectly. Even if I tilt it, you can still take it in and out. And there's plenty of room for the coins. So perfect fit on this one. The next thing I do, like I said earlier, is I take out my wood wax. This is the Walrus Oil is the brand, and it's for cutting boards. I just love this stuff. And to make sure that the lid slides up and down on this properly, all I'm going to do is wax these edges. But the first thing I'll do is take a piece of 320 grit sandpaper, and I'll just run over the edges. And if you're a woodworker, look the other way because I'm going against the grain. But this is what I do. All we want to do is just maybe round the edges just a tad so that it opens and closes well. and get off any anomalies that are on here. Make it nice and smooth so that it'll accept that wood wax. So there we go. Finished. Ready to accept the wax. The other piece is still cutting and engraving over there. It's going to be doing that for a little while. I just blow this off. Take my wood wax. Put some onto my cloth, my microfiber. Just put a batch on there like that, and just spread it right across like that. And now you can come back and spread it out evenly all the way across the box like that. That's one side. We only need to do these outside edges right here. So it's really quick and easy to do. All we're doing here is just spreading it out. By the time we get all the way around, it'll be ready to buff off. That's one thing I like about this walrus oil, is that it's quick, it's easy, and makes the boxes shine. So when I get done with this, I'll actually do the entire box. Alright, there we go. So that's all 4 sides. That's all we really need to wax on this. I'm going to wax the whole thing. By the time we get around, we can come back and just buff it a little bit like that on all 4 sides. Again. And that's how quick and easy it is to make this box. So if you happen to have the Lasermatic 30, apparently the 1.5 kerf offset is perfect for this. And now we finished this one. Completely finished, ready to use. How easy was that? Later I'll come back and do the rest of the sides. You don't have to use the walrus oil or the wood wax. You can use anything that you want. I like to use this wood wax because it lasts a very long time. I know a lot of people that say they use Pledge furniture wood polish, but I find that the Pledge doesn't work very well and it doesn't last very long. This walrus oil wax, hard to say, lasts a very long time, and this will be nice and slick for opening and closing the box. So there we go, our completed box. And really the whole project, well, I made one mistake on the prototype, so this is number 2, and the whole project took, if I got it right the first time, about 8 minutes total before I had it on the laser. So the laser is now finishing that job right now, and I believe it's down to its last engraving here. And if you're wondering why some pieces are cut out, I've noticed in the latest version of Lightburn that it will go and do all of the cuts that are non-engraving related. So it does those first for some reason. I don't quite know why. It didn't ever do this before. But now it goes and does all those cuts, and then it comes back and it does the engraving, and then it finishes cutting out the pieces that were engraved. I'm not quite sure why. So we're down to the end of this engraving and then the cutout. I'll go ahead and speed this up and we'll come back in just a moment.
Tapping, feeling the beat, the hobby guy train, come on, jump in, see the magic happen. As time slips away, Louisiana hobby guy making the most of the day, turning chaos into art. It's a sight to behold with a laugh and a smile, stories untold. Roll the tape, let it fly. Crafts and hobbies only your mind. From the morning sun till the deep blue night, it's the Louisiana hobby guy in a time-lapse side. So let's speed it up, let's dive into the play with the Louisiana hobby guy leading the way. Time-lapse journeys where the moments fly. It's the spirit of Louisiana reaching for the sky.
Well, I know a lot of you don't like audio or songs playing, but I hope you enjoyed that one. All right, so that's all finished. Let me get that off the laser. Okay, so we're back. I've got all of those pieces off the laser. One thing I forgot to do was brush it with my brush. So I'm just going to do that really quickly because there is a little bit of debris on there. A little dust, a little laser dust, wood dust, whatever you want to call it. So you probably can't see this in the video, but there's a little cloud coming off of both sides as I do this. As long as you don't touch the engraving, it's going to come out perfectly clean just by sweeping it with a paintbrush. And there you go. See how perfectly clean that is? Lots of people make the mistake of touching it. So once you've touched it, the oils from your finger on your skin, which you may not even realize you have, will make that stain the wood. So don't touch it. Get yourself a paintbrush and brush it off real quick as soon as you take, or even before you take it off the laser. So there I've got those down here, and we'll just put this one together really quickly, and then I'll show you the modifications that I made to the file in Lightburn. Okay, so let's get this inner one out of the way for right now. And this is the outer piece, and I'm going to assemble this the exact same way that I did the other one, and I will do this in I'll speed this video up so that you don't have to take so much time to watch it. Guitar strumming and dance floor thumping, laser beams gonna keep you jumping, jambalaya simmering in the pot. Louisiana hobby guy who's got the spot, building lasers, making them shine. Every project's gonna blow your mind. YouTube viewers getting real hype, watching the guy with his laser so bright from his workshop. He's got that glow, Zydeco beat's gonna make it flow. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you saw my little blunder putting this one on backwards, but I was able to recover from that, and there is the cover for the game, completely finished. So let's take the box and put it down here, and let's take the cover and put it over the top, and you see that we have a perfect box for this game. All done live right here in front of you. Comes on and off nice and easily. One game goes in like this. The other game goes in the opposite way. And it's perfectly flat right up by the top there, with plenty of space over here to put all of your coins. And that's just how easy this is to make. Perfect little game box. So let's jump back over into Lightburn real quick, and I'll show you the only modifications that I made to this file. There was only two modifications that I made to this file. So the only two modifications were the cutout for the hole right here. I can show you really quickly how I did that. So I'll just take and ungroup this one. We'll just grab this one from over here. So there it is right there. And what I did was very simple. I just took a circle and I held down shift, drew out a circle like that, selected it, actually selected both of these and lined them up like that. And then I went to the Boolean Assistant over here, which my new favorite way of doing this is just Control and the letter B. And that brings up the Boolean Assistant, as you can see here. So if we look over here, all we want to do is subtract A from B, or however way you selected it. I selected A and then B, and that was it. That was the only two modifications I did, was to these two pieces right in here, top and the bottom. That's the only modification that I made here. So really quick really easy file, and it just doesn't get much easier than this. So that's it. That's the whole video. So if you want to get this file, and you saw live here today that it worked just fine, just go down in the description below. There'll be a direct link to download it for yourself. I know a lot of people are already designing boxes for this. No need to. It's already done. Already did it. And you're going to be excited to see the next game that I've come up with as well. Next week, there's going to be another game coming out that is just, I just love it. My whole family loves it. They love both of these games. I might do a few different games. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video today as much as I enjoyed making it. And I hope you have a lot of fun making this game and playing it with your grandkids. Get them off of those tablets and out of that TV. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Viewers getting real hype, watching the guy with his laser so bright from his workshop. He's got that